Alright guys and girls, it's Jerningham here. COVID-19, the community nurses take the strain off the pandemic. Trying to get the words up.
Hiya, Pam, it's Harriet, the respiratory nurse.
Pam suffered a stroke on Boxing Day. Very soon afterwards, both she and her husband Ron became infected with coronavirus. They travelled to hospital in the same ambulance. They lay next to each other in the same ward. Eventually, she came home. He never did.
He's lovely. All told, I knew him 65 years. He's brilliant. He was a brilliant dad. Everything.
How important is it that someone like Harriet comes to see you?
Oh, brilliant. I can ring if I want to. I've got their number. If I've got a problem, I just ring them.
What's your oxygen levels been over the last week or so?
Been too good.
Pam has COPD. It's a chronic lung condition, and she needed oxygen support before COVID. For her, Harriet is more than a community nurse. She's friend, physician, therapist, and much more. And the pandemic means there are many more patients like Pam who need Harriet.
I think we've even seen an increase in referrals into our service over the past few months and year. And I think actually we've got to look at ways of managing that. Community sites are really good at actually looking after patients and managing their expectations. But I think long term, the service is going to have to grow, to be able to cope with the demand.
That lengthening list includes COVID patients with respiratory complications and long-term health conditions. Referrals in Harriet's patch in Bexley, South East London, covered by Oxley's NHS Trust, are already up 10% on the previous year. For Harriet's colleagues, the health crisis has moved from the hospital to the community.
Pandemic is not over for us in the community. Actually, it's just begun for us in the community because we are picking up on a lot of issues that patients have.
We already have people waiting to be seen, but on top of that, we are now dealing with a population of people who've become unwell at home, and we're trying to keep them well and stop them going into hospital. And we're also having to deal with really complex cases coming out. What this means for us is that we now have a caseload of patients who should be on inpatient wards, but actually they're out in the community.
I've seen a massive increase in my referral rate for people that have had COVID. The treatment pathway with high-dose dexamethasone steroids is inducing diabetes in some people. The link between steroids and diabetes is already well known, but it's taken us by surprise, the sheer volume.
Community nurses like Harriet have always provided a lifeline for patients like Len.
Right, I can just pop this one on your finger if that's okay.
An often unseen workforce delivering care behind closed doors. It's a role in a post-pandemic world that will be more essential than ever before. Ashish Joshi, Sky News in South East London.
Well, there we are. Hope you all enjoyed the video. Give it a like, give it a comment, share it with your friends. And I will see you all in the next video. Peace. And thank you for joining me.